Hello everyone, thank you for watching the interview videos. I'm Atsushi, the organizer of the DevRelKaigi 2025. It is a international developer relations conference from Japan, and it will be held in Tokyo on October 2nd to 4th, 2025. In this interview session, talking with Siddhant Agarwal, with one of the amazing speaker of it about what you can expect to hear from them regarding the session. We hope it would be helpful for you to attend the conference. So I call the Siddhant on the stage. Hi, Siddhant. How are you?
Hi, Atsushi. I'm good. How are you? How are you doing?
Pretty good, thank you. So, and we are starting the interview. Please, at first, please, could you please introduce yourself?
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, first and foremost. Thank you for having my talk accepted for DevRelKaigi. I hope the pronunciation is correct. I've been wanting to come to Japan for a long, long time, but I mean, you've given me an excuse now to come to Japan. So thank you first and foremost for that. Well, I am Sid. I lead developer relation for Asia Pacific at Neo4j. Neo4j, if you folks don't know, it's a graph database company. We are the category creators and category leaders in the graph database ecosystem. Uh, I've spent over a decade building and scaling developer communities, from student ecosystems to global developer programs across Asia Pacific. That's what I've been doing the last roles as well prior to Neo4j. Um, and currently in my current role with Neo4j, where I've transformed from just being a DevRel, from just a support function to more like a growth engine. So I've designed and executed initiatives that go beyond surface level engagements, like just content driven campaigns or community contests and technical workshops and field marketing partnerships to um, more of content driven activities, more of in depth, hands on technical knowledge and strategic engagement over with developers in Asia Pacific. And my work spans across diverse markets, so I understand how to drive real world impact while driving development strategies to varied developer cultures and maturity levels. Um, I've been championing this concept of local to global, and that's what I love doing as well. How I can start something locally within India or within a region, and that can scale to global levels. Spoken at various global conferences. I've also keynoted at DevRelCon Bangalore, by the way, the first DevRelCon in India last year, and then bunch of technical conferences like GITEX Asia, Fifth Elephant, Data Hex Summit, Data Inspired, and so on and so on. Yeah, that's a little brief about myself, what I've been doing so far. Super excited to come to Japan, talk to you all, share my learnings, share my experiences for over a decade that I've gathered. My journey with Google, my journey with I mean, not with Intel as a this thing, but working with Intel programs, championing those programs as well. Working with IBM, that's where my journey started, and also working with a fintech startup, how it looks like working with a fintech. So that's on a brief on my journey so far.
Okay, thank you so much. So, and I saw your profile on the LinkedIn. So, you were nominated to the CMX Community Industrial Awards 2021, right?
Yeah, that's right. So I think I got nominated twice in that year, if I'm not wrong. I was also one of the finalists for the for two categories. But yeah,
Mhm.
it's been a journey as well. It's been quite some time. That was like immediately after COVID, if I'm not wrong.
I see. So I think there are many examples of strong community being built in India, I think. So is there any reason for that? So why Indians committed to the developer community a lot?
Well, you're talking about the largest developer
Mm,
system in the world. I mean, not just in terms of the quantity, but also in terms of
mm,
the quality. Well, yes, there's a lot of action that happens in the West, but trust me, a lot more action happens in India. And why India love developers? It's also because of the fact that India comes with a lot of diversity in cultures and languages and traditions, ethnicity, dialects. Uh, that also makes it a compelling reason for any developer in general to think of building solutions for India, and how you can cater to all, and not just have like a one size fit all, but maybe like cohorts for those segments. So imagine you're building a, let's say, a application which understands English, like only
mhm,
English, versus an application that can understand vernacular languages across the country,
mm,
right? So there's
mhm,
a lot of difference. The West will rather focus on just building something which can understand only in English, or maybe just a couple of additional global languages. Maybe add in French, maybe add in German, maybe add in Spanish, for that matter. But we'll miss out on vernacular languages. But uh, being the most populous country in the world, not a proud fact, but still, you have to cater to all the sets of population, right? So
mhm,
developers have a kind of a shared responsibility on the shoulders in India,
mhm,
where they want
mhm,
to also cater to everyone and build solutions
mm,
that are solving for India. That's the reason why we love India, and India love developers.
mhm. I see. So, and like Neo4j, so open source software is also very popular in India, I think. So, is there any reason for that?
I mean, not a specified reason, but yes, when it comes to collaboration and when it comes to
Mm,
uplifting others, sharing content, we always look out for open source solutions rather than a paid alternative for it. Well, yes, a lot of enterprises and companies focus on the paid alternatives, but developers start their journey, or even in the enterprise, I've seen the developers want to first test the waters with an
mhm,
enterprise version, sorry, with an open source version, and that's the reason why you'll see the, like, I think GitHub CEO in one of the conferences mentioned that India is the highest contributor to GitHub, um,
mm,
last year, if I'm not wrong. So there have been maximum contributions coming in from India because of the fact that it makes a job easier for collaboration, sharing our work with others. Um, yeah, India, in general, developers want to first test the waters before they start using the enterprise
mhm.
edition or the paid version, and that makes it easier for them to use open source versions.
I see. Okay, so we are moving the next topic, your session. So this conference has 3 days. So each days with a different theme. So day two is marketing and business days, and day three is developer and community days. So, and perhaps your session is suitable for day two, I think. And I show your uh, title. So, and could you please introduce your session, especially any points you want to share with your audiences?
Absolutely. Uh, so the title of my session is Beyond Hello World, designing DevRel for real world impact, where I'm bringing in my decade of experience under one roof, and then hopefully it does justice during the session. But what I want to do is, in those 30 minutes, 45 minutes, whatever time I'm getting, I want to make sure that I educate DevRel practitioners, be it new or be it already in the industry, or in general developers at large, just trying to guide them through a journey that often developer relation efforts just stop at hello world, which basically means like you generate introductory tutorials, you launch blogs, you have like slick demos. Well, these are amazing entry points, but they do not guarantee lasting engagement or meaningful product adoption. So most of the time I've seen this as a common thing across the DevRel practitioners. Again, no disregard to anyone's efforts, but what I've seen is that um, DevRel practitioners just focus on the beginners, which is maybe students, maybe even working professionals, but in a very early stage in their career. Versus what I suggest or rather advise is to move the needle and go from beginner to intermediate to advanced, and start engaging with those experienced developers as well, which makes a lot of difference. The reason being, you as a DevRel practitioner should also be technically um, kind of equipped. You should know the technical know-how of your product as well. So in this particular talk, what I'll share is a practical framework and real world stories on how to take developers from just being a casual users to power contributors. Because what essentially you do is that in the entire journey you just focus on the beginners, and you miss out on the intermediates and advanced. Now these people who have grown from beginners to intermediate to advanced, they want to give back, they want to share the feedback. So you're not building that feedback loop. So you want to build that feedback loop that influences the product decisions as well. To run campaigns that spark like sustained community involvement, you want to involve these people as well, and not just these folks who are in the first set of bucket. So we'll walk through what it takes to build a DevRel that's not just visible but rather valuable, both for the community at large, the external community, and also your internal product team, your tech team as well, your developers as well. So we'll explore the less glamorous but rather essential elements. That's what I want to focus. It's not glamorous. You won't get too many numbers out there. You might not be able to hit your monthly or quarterly or your yearly quota, but that's the advocacy that you need to do, which is both external and internal advocacy. You need to think of cross-functional alignment. How do you measure outcomes in those scenarios? So whether you're part of a growing startup or a global org, this talk will rather equip you with strategies to create a developed flywheel that scales beyond swag and surf.
Okay, thank you so much. So I have some questions, and I think internal cooperation is essential for DevRel to success. So, but what kind of effort do you make to raise awareness within your company? So I imagine there are some people have no interested in DevRel, I think.
I totally agree, and I've seen this a lot happening ac- across multiple companies, and not just with one. Like there are very few companies where internal teams, non-DevRel teams, are also super passionate about DevRel activities. I think if you create an opportunity that aligns well with their job role, that makes a lot of difference as well. So it, as I said, it cannot be a one size fit all. You have to come up with tailor opportunities. Maybe for someone who is a sales engineer, you might have to create a different set of opportunities so that the opportunity would be appealing for him or her, and can that person can take back that to the leadership and say that, hey, I did this, or I want to do this, that matches what I'm already doing. So how about you give me approvals to do it? That's one. The second thing which I've also seen happening is that while they're contributing, they're also volunteers. They're not getting paid to do a DevRel job as a dev advocate or whatever it is, helping you with logistics or anything else. So you have to make sure that you kind of uh, like give a spotlight to those folks as well. Everyone loves spotlight these days, right? So internally as well, you need to champion them. The way you champion your external advocates or folks who are outside the community, you maybe create a leaderboard, or you want to do a monthly spotlight for them. Whatever mechanism that you have, follow that internally as well, that hey, these are our internal monthly champions, these are our internal advocates who have been doing
mm,
this. Maybe after every meetup, maybe after every conference, or maybe quarterly, you just set up a time with the wider team, so that they also get recognized that yes, their work is not getting lost in the entire mix of things, but they are getting enough visibility as well. And this helps their leadership also builds trust in them, that yes, they can manage their
mm,
work, and they can manage maybe the 20% of the time with DevRel activities. So that's how you build trust among the leadership. And third thing, what I've seen is to bring more and more opportunities to them.
mm,
Um, Try to place these folks at majority of your conferences. Oftentimes Devil team just focuses on their dev advocates to be at the conference, but couple of times the developers in the audience are also looking to hear from product engineers, or folks from product team, or folks from development team, that how they are tackling. They feel shy. Product teams and like other teams, like non-development teams, usually are not too comfortable in sharing outside. So to kind of do some pep talk on that, and then just make them a little more comfortable, just break the ice, have an initial conversation, just do some initial training, educate them, and they should be good. That's what I've seen has worked out well with me when I engage with the non-development folks in Google, or be it in Neo4j. That's how I engage mostly
mhm,
with them.
mm.
Yeah.
I see. So another question. So you have read DevRel at multiple company like IBM, Google, and Neo4j. So I imagine that each company's approach is various. So, but what kind of organization do you have? Do you find DevRel easy to implement?
Uh, well, okay, these are my thoughts. Don't consider that this is the only way, but and don't
Oh,
quote me if if that doesn't align well with my company's vision. But what I generally feel works best for DevRel team in general, and for the success of DevRel teams, is to place DevRel within product org. Like you have it aligned within product.
mm,
Um, Majority times in that your development teams would be under marketing, and they're sooner or later they would rather get stretched to focus on the marketing goals, maybe within girls with SEO, so you start generating leads. So if let's say you're putting DevRel under I've seen that. I've like a lot of folks have reached out to interview me for the roles in the past. The first question that I ask them is, how is your DevRel placed? And I've seen instances where people say that hey, DevRel is under sales, under
mm,
revenue, because eventually they want to flood the pipeline for their SDRs to start reaching out to these people, and DevRel is kind of like the first entry point for them. Um, so putting it under revenue org is definitely a no from my side. I do not suggest putting DevRel under revenue org. You put it under marketing. It's like a full circle. You started with the product. You're through the entire life cycle of the product. You want to gather in feedback from developers so that you can incorporate it back into the product, and DevRel helps in completing that circle. Um, it's an easy way to push it to the product and incorporate it in the product roadmap, and vice versa as well. That you know that, oh, hey, this is getting into a product roadmap in the next few months. So if a
mm,
developer comes to you and asking you that, hey, I'm facing issues, or this part of the product needs fix,
mhm,
you have a better answer to say, rather than just giving a diplomatic answer saying that, hey, I'll get back to you, I'll we'll get it fixed, and blah blah blah. You can give a like a concrete answer and say that, hey, thank you for this input, just
mhm,
wait for the next few months or next 2 months. This is already in our product roadmap, and this will get fixed. Or you can also give a like an insight that, hey, that's a very valid feedback, and in the next 1 month we're launching X,
mm,
right? So you're that builds a confidence among developers as well, the external folks as well, that yes, this company is is not just taking the feedback and not incorporating it, but rather doing it, like really putting it into action. And
mm,
also that they're very open in taking the feedback. They're
mm,
very open in sharing what's happening internally, just giving a
mm,
preview or an insight into what's happening. um, so that builds trust eventually. So, and that's a good strategy overall for DevRel, is what I've seen, that you align it with the product. Developers or engineering team are super swamped with a lot of things, so it doesn't make sense to put it under
mm,
engineering. And often there's a bottleneck in terms of budgeting. The
mm,
budgets don't get approved that often. So either you have a mechanism where the budget is coming in from marketing, and then the actual roll up happens to product.
mm,
If that can happen,
mm,
if that organization is flexible enough, so have a dotted line to marketing, and then the rigid line to the product, or just
mm,
have everything in the product and give enough budget to the product to roll it down to the marketing, roll it down to DevRel. If I'm not wrong, at Google, we were rolling up to core engineering back then.
mm,
I don't know if things have changed, but core engineering was very involved. I mean, it also matters how the company is structured overall. At Google, I think there was some overlap with engineering and product team in
mm,
general. So we used to work very much in collaboration with, let's say, Firebase product engineers. Um,
mm,
we used to work with, let's say, Flutter product engineers. We used to work very closely with TensorFlow product engineers or their product
mm,
team. That helped us also to design a program which is specific to that product, and to the target audience that the product team is looking for. Right.
mm,
So
mm.
it's a win-win. It's a win-win for everyone in
Yeah,
that
yeah.
sense.
I see. Thank you so much, Siddhant. So you have a lot of great experiences in developer relations and the developer community. So I'm looking forward to hearing your session at the conference. So, and oh yeah, thank you so much for today's interview. And I hope you will also enjoy the conference and you stay in Japan after such a long time.
Absolutely. I am excited. I'm excited to take the Shinkansen, right? Is that the
Oh
right?
yeah, nice.
I've heard a lot about Japan, Tokyo, and your bullet train. I'm super excited. My trip is going to be relatively short. I wanted to spend like close to 2 to 3 weeks at least in Japan, but unfortunately, I'll have just 4 or 5 days, my luxury, to spend in the region. But that's sad, but still okay.
Okay, so please let me know if you have any question about or any problem in Japan, so I will help you.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Okay, thank you so much for this interview session.
Thank you. Thanks so much, Atsushi, for having me.
And yeah, see you
Forward to
soon.
meeting. See you. Bye bye.
Yeah, bye bye. So, okay, everyone, how was the interview? So, I will announce it again. So, our conference, DevRelKaigi 2025, will be held on the October 2nd to 4th, 2025 at Tokyo. Tickets are now on sale. We hope for your attendance. Okay, so see you next interview. Bye.